Hi, welcome to our math. Today we're doing a series of videos where we look for the zeros of each function. So a zero of a function is where we take a function and we set it equal to 0. So f of x equals 0. 3x cubed plus 22x minus 16x equals 0. Sorry, this should have a squared. This cubed right here means we are looking for 3 zeros. The first one, I'm going to factor out an x, and I'm going to get 3x squared plus 22x minus 16 equals 0. This is our easy one. X equaling 0 will be one of our zeros. As for the other two, I'm going to do AC. 3 times negative 16 is negative 48, and I need two numbers that multiply to 48 and add up to 22. I'm going to start with 1 and 48 and try to find a pair that adds up to something positive. So it's going to be a negative 1 and 48 because that multiplies to a negative and adds up to a positive. That is not the correct pair. Negative 2 and 24, however, works. So I have x times, and what all of that did, the reason I did all of that was I found something to replace my 22x. I want to make my 3-term trinomial into a 4-term polynomial. 3x squared minus 2x plus 24x, because those would combine, but we are uncombining them. With 4 terms, I can factor by grouping, a much simpler approach to factoring, because this is just looking for greatest common factors. I can pull an x out of those 2 terms. I bring this sign down and pull out a positive 8. I'm going to change to brackets so I have fewer parentheses. X times 3x minus 2 plus 8 times 3x minus 2. The parentheses are the same, so I'm going to, this should be an x. X, what's in the parentheses? 3x minus 2. What's out of the parentheses? X plus 8 equals 0. Now, there is a rule that says if multiple things multiply to 0, one of them has to be 0. There is nothing that says if 2 numbers multiply to 10, something has to be 10. But if multiple numbers multiply to 0, something has to be 0. So either x is 0, 3x minus 2 is 0, or x plus 8 is 0. In this case, it's solved. In this case, 3x would be 2, which happens when x is 2/3. And in this case, x is negative 8. And those are our 3 solutions. All right, over here, same deal. 1/3 x cubed minus 2x equals 0. You don't have to do this. I'm going to clear my fraction. I'm going to multiply both sides by 3, and I'm going to distribute this, and I'm going to get x cubed minus 6x equals 0, and I don't have a fraction. Now I'm going to factor out an x. Still, I'm looking for 3 answers. X squared minus 6 equals 0. You know what? This is something I can set equal to 0. X equals 0, or x squared minus 6 equals 0 when x squared equals 6. I'm going to put a square root with a plus or minus because when I, as somebody solving a problem, put down a square root, I always acknowledge it can come from a positive or a negative place. So my answers become 0, negative the square root of 6, or positive the square root of 6. The reason I write it like this versus with the plus or minus is the homework system that my students use doesn't have a plus or minus. And so if I laundry list it, A, I can see my 3 answers, and B, it works with any homework system you might use, be it handwritten or digital. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.